Hi guys, welcome to Yoga with Ashton. This week I'm filming at the beautiful Ningaloo Reef in Cape Range, WA. Let's get started in a wide-legged child's pose. Sink into the pose and take a couple of deep breaths to center yourself. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat to feel a really great stretch on your right side. Now walk your hands over to the right side. Back to center, and then move into a tabletop position. Inhale and drop the belly to the mat, head up. Exhale and arch your back, belly button to the spine. Inhale, drop, and exhale, arch. Repeat that 3 more times, then walk yourself back into puppy pose. For puppy pose, your hips will be stacked over your knees and you'll walk your arms out in front of you, resting your head or chin on the mat or a block. From puppy pose, clasp your hands together on the mat so that your hands and elbows form a triangle. Place your head in the middle of the triangle and begin to walk yourself forward, trying to get your hips to come above your shoulders. You can pulse back and forth in the pose or move into supported headstand if that's in your practice. Slowly walk your feet back and step to the front of your mat. Take a deep inhale and raise your hands above your head, bringing your hands to heart center. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath here. Then look up and raise your arms above your head. Fold forward, halfway lift, and step back into plank. Lower down into chaturanga. Push up into cobra. Then cobra to the left. And cobra to the right, then pushing back into downward facing dog. Step to the front of the mat, halfway lift, fold forward, and rise up, bringing your hands to heart center, and we'll begin again. Fold forward, halfway lift, and step back into plank. From plank, lower down into chaturanga, pushing up into cobra, and back into down dog. Step to the front of the mat, halfway lift, fold forward, and rise up with hands at heart center. Fold forward, halfway lift, and step back into plank. Lower down into chaturanga, push up into cobra, and push back into downward dog. Raise your right leg up and bring it to the front of the mat for Warrior 1. Arms up by your ears, gazes forward. Now move into Warrior 2, arms extended out. Flip your front palm and flow back for Exalted Warrior. Left arm in a half bind if you'd like. Keeping the bend in your right knee, lean forward and place your right hand on the mat or your elbow on your thigh for extended side angle. If you'd like, you can take a full bind here. Straighten the right leg, reaching out and down for triangle pose. Now pivot and lean over the right leg for a half pyramid pose. Raise the left heel off the mat to give yourself some extra length. Step back into down dog. Roll forward into plank. Lower down into chaturanga. Push up into cobra. And back into down dog. From down dog, raise the left leg high and bring it to the front of the mat for warrior one. Arms up by your ears, gazing forward. Now move into warrior two, arms extended out. Flip your front palm and flow back for Exalted Warrior. Right arm in a half bind if you'd like. Maintaining the bend in your left knee, lean forward and place your left hand on the mat or your elbow on your thigh for extended side angle. You can also take a full bind here if you'd like. Straighten the left leg, reaching out and down for triangle pose. Now pivot and lean over the left leg for half pyramid. Raise the right heel off the mat to give yourself some extra length. Step back into down dog and we'll flow. Roll forward into plank, lower down into chaturanga, push up into cobra, and back into down dog. Raise the right leg high and bring it to the front of the mat for low lunge. Lower the left leg onto the mat, place your hands on your hip, and pulse into the lunge a few times. Place your hands on the mat, tuck your back toes, and push up into high crescent, arms up by your ears, gazes forward. Move into a spinal twist, leading with your right hand and gazing back if possible. Now raise your left hand up by your ear and slightly lean back for exalted high crescent. Right hand is going to be resting on your left leg. Slightly bend the right knee and move into warrior three, raising the left leg. Slowly and softly, lower the left leg back onto the mat and come into high crescent. Hands down and step back into down dog. Flow forward into plank, then chaturanga, cobra, and down dog. Raise the left leg high and bring it to the front of the mat for low lunge. Lower the right leg onto the mat, place your hands on your hips, and pulse into the lunge. Place your hands onto the mat, tuck your back toes, and push up into high crescent. Arms up by your ears, gazing forward. Now move into a spinal twist, leading with your left hand and gazing back. Raise your right hand up by your ear and slightly lean back for exalted high crescent. Left hand will be resting on your left leg. Slightly bend the left knee and move into warrior three, raising the right leg up. Hands can be at your heart, in front of you, or behind you like airplane arms. Softly lower the right leg back to the mat for high crescent. Hands down and step back into down dog. From down dog, lower down into a wide-legged child's pose. Take a second here, reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your body. Step back into plank and bring the right leg to the front of the mat for Pigeon Pose. You can stay upright or lower down to your forearms if you'd like. Raise your left heel towards your glute and use your hand to pull your foot close to your body for a quad stretch. Gently lower the leg down and repeat that on the other side. Step back into plank and bring the left leg forward for pigeon. Raise your right heel towards your glute. And then lower it down. Move into a cross-legged seat for a brief meditation to close the practice. Close your eyes, slow your breathing, and even out your inhales and exhales. Feel a sense of gratitude for everything that your body has done during the practice. Thanks so much for joining me on the mat today. If you've enjoyed this practice, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for new yoga and meditation videos every week. See you next time. Namaste.